Hi friends, it's Lisa Mears and I'm here today with Pink and Main's May release. And in this video, I will show you everything that's included in this release. I'm also going to make a card at the end of the video, so be sure to stay tuned for that. If you're interested in any of the products that you see today, I will have links to these products down in the description box below, so be sure to check out those links. And I always appreciate when you click on my links to make your purchases because it does help support me and my YouTube channel. So first off, I want to show you all of this brand new twine coming to the Pink and Main shop. There are so many different colors, and this twine, each package is 25 yards of twine, and you can see they come in reds and greens and purples. There's some blues, there's pinks, orange, there's black. I just want to open one up here because I do want to just show you what this looks like. This is the thinner twine. It's not too thick. It's perfect for cards because it's not going to be too thick under your cardstock. So you can see it's pretty thin, and I want to also show you that it does have a mixture of white and then whatever color the twine is. So this one is green and white, and then all of the others are similar to this design. They have the white in there with the actual color. So again, it's 25 yards, lots of different colors, and they will be linked below. There's also this one that's beautiful for Christmas. It is a beautiful red, green, and white twine. Okay, I'm going to move these out of the way and let's take a look starting with the stamp sets for the month of May. So the first stamp set is this adorable May mug. And this mug has an American flag design on it. It has a firecracker with some stars. And the sentiment is, "You put a spark in my life." And then there's another sentiment that says, "Or was that my coffee?" It is so super cute. Each month for the year of 2024, Pink and Main has been releasing a mug stamp every month, and they're always a different theme. So if you are collecting these, be sure to add this one to your collection. And I also want to let you know that if you spend $50 in the Pink and Main shop, you will get this stamp set for free. And if you spend $75 in the Pink and Main shop, you will get the stamp set with the coordinating dies for free. And that offer is for a limited time only. But if the offer has expired and you still want this stamp, it is available for individual purchase as well. The next stamp set is called Way to Go Owl. So there's 5 different owls. They're all in their graduation caps. Perfect for graduation coming up if you have any graduates in your life. The next stamp set is called American Eagle, and this stamp set is perfect for 4th of July cards, and it's even perfect for thanking someone that's in the military or veterans for their service. You can see the sentiments on here: Happy 4th of July, thank you for your service, land of the free because of the brave, and 3 cheers for the red, white, and blue. So it's a very patriotic stamp set. The next stamp set is called Stay Sparkly. This is actually the Stamp Club of the Month stamp. So if you are a member of the Stamp and the Die Hard Club, you would receive this in the mail. It's a really beautiful mermaid stamp, under the sea type of theme. The next stamp set is called Spill the Tea. And this has some tea stamps. You can see the little critters having a little tea party down there. There's also lots of sentiments such as thanks, for you, spill the tea, I'll drink to that, what's the tea, and cheers. Next is a sentiment stamp set, and it's called Tea Time. Lots of adorable sentiments related to tea. For example, happy birthday to my favorite hot tea, sending cups of positivity, you'll always be my bestie, and there's so many more. And this stamp set is actually part of the Card Kit Club, so if you are a member of their Card Kit Club, you will receive this in your kit. Now let's take a look at some of the dies this month. This die set is called Pastry Tray. It is an adorable set. You get this tiered tray with all of these goodies that you can die cut and put together and put in the tray. And this is part of the card kit club as well, but can also be purchased individually. And then we have the tea party die set. So you have a pitcher of tea and some cups there with some little sugar packets and things like that. That one is also part of the card kit, but can be purchased individually as well. All right, next up are the foilable panels. So if you're not familiar with foilables, these are toner sheets. Everywhere that you see the black, you run those through a Minc machine or a laminator with some foil, and the foil will be applied to everywhere you see the black. So this pack is called In the Stars, and these smaller packs are 4 inches by 5¼ inches, and you always get 8 panels, so they're perfect to put on the front of an A2 size card. The next set of the foilable panels is called Script Sentiments. These sentiments come in white and black. They have different sentiments such as congratulations, thanks, hello, happy birthday, happy anniversary, thinking of you, with sympathy, condolences, thank you, sending cheer, and there's so many more. But you can just run some foil over these and then just cut them out and use these on your cards. If you're part of the Foil Club subscription, you will get this pack in your club subscription, but they can also be purchased separately. The next set is called My Cup of Tea. I love the 3 stacked tea glasses with the large sentiment, but you also get another sheet that has some smaller tea kettles on it as well. Next is the Reverse Spotlight, and this is a pack of 8 sheets that have sunburst patterns, and you get a few different designs here. So those would be great to fill up a background on your cards. Next are the lace foilable sheets. These come in 8 pre-printed of the toner sheets, and these are larger than the ones you've seen. These are 8½ by 5½ inches. You can actually cut these down, so you can cut down here through the middle, or you can cut these individual patterns out and just use them like as borders on your cards. That's really up to you, but you have the negative and the positive on each one of these sheets, so you can either use the whole design as is or just cut them down. And there are 2 of each one of the designs, so 2 of each one of the sheets that you see here. So lots of lace patterns that you can foil up for some beautiful backgrounds. The next set is the filigree foilable sheets, and if you are part of the Foil Club subscription, this is included in the subscription, but it can also be purchased separately. So here again, you get the negative and the positive for each one. You can cut these down the middle and you can use them on your cards. So you technically, if there's 8 in here, you technically can have 16 card backgrounds in one pack. Next is the Fanciful Florals Foilable Cut-Ups. That's a big mouthful. These are different pieces, similar to die cuts, but they are toner sheets. So anywhere you see the black, you can run them through your Minc machine with some of the cheer foil, and you can get a really beautiful foiled color on these flowers, butterflies, there's leaves, there's also sentiments. So some of the sentiments in this pack are happy birthday, take care, hello friend, thinking of you, congratulations, I miss your smile. And you can see that there's some smaller butterflies, larger butterflies, same with the flowers, there's some smaller ones and larger ones. So there's quite a big choice here of different cut aparts that you can use. There are 2 brand new cheer foils for the month. There is the diamond plated cheer foil. This is kind of like a silver with a little metallic print on there. And then you also have the cherry red cheer foil. The cherry red is part of the Foil Club subscription, but can also be purchased individually. And if you're interested in not only finding out more about these products, but maybe you want to find out more about Pink and Main's clubs, such as their stamp club, die club, or their card kit or foil kit, I will have those links down below as well. Let's look at a few cards I made with some of these products. This card I used the Tea Party and the Pastry Tray dies, as well as the Tea Time stamp set with a sentiment that says, "Hope you have a beautiful day." I love how this card turned out, and I will have a video coming up here on my YouTube channel showing how I made this card, so be sure to stay tuned for that one. I also created these two cards using the My Cup of Tea foilable panels. I used both the positive and the negative. So this card I used the actual foilable panel, and I folded up with some of that diamond plated cheer foil. I also did some ink blending on there for the teacups, and then I used the negative piece of foil to create the card on the left. So when you are using these foilable panels, you can actually get two cards out of one by using the positive and the negative. So for my card that I want to make with you all today, I'm going to be using the May mug. I think this is the cutest little stamp set, so I couldn't resist but using this one first. But using the dies, and I'll also be using the In the Stars foilable panels. And I'm going to be using the white foilable sheet from this pack. So I'll go ahead and pull one of those out, and I'm going to be using this in conjunction with the diamond plated cheer foil. So I'm going to start off by cutting my cheer foil down to size. I want to just make sure that it's extended a little bit beyond the edges of this foilable panel. So I'm going to cut it down to size. And then I am going to take out my anti-static cloth, and I'm just going to wipe down the front of the foilable panel just to make sure that there are no dust particles on top of that. I don't want anything to interfere with the foiling. I am going to take out my carrier sheet and place the foilable panel inside, and then I'm going to dust off the back of the foil. And when you add the foil, you're adding the shiny side face up in your carrier sheet. I'm going to bring my Minc machine over here. I've already got it heated up on heat setting 4, and I'm going to run this through my Minc machine. Once it comes out, I'll go ahead and remove that foil, and look how pretty those stars are. Now, the piece of foil that I just took off, save that because you can always use that for another project. You can use that on the solid toner sheets that Pink and Main sells, and you can do some reverse foiling with that. I'm not going to do that today, but you totally can do that, and I have some videos here on my YouTube channel showing how to do that, and I will actually link one down below if you're interested in watching that process. So next I'm going to do some ink blending on top of the foil, and I want this to look like a sky. I didn't want the white background, I wanted a blue background to look like a sky. So I'm adding some of my Distress Oxide Tumble Glass ink to the center, which is a very light blue, and it was even going on much lighter than it would on regular cardstock, just because this foilable panel, it's a different texture or different material than regular cardstock. So I noticed that it does go on a little bit lighter than it normally would on regular cardstock. So I decided to come in with the prized ribbon ink and put the darker ink around the edges. And I'm going to come back in with the tumbled glass, and I'll try to blend those a little bit better together. So here I'm coming back in with the tumbled glass, and I really was still too light. So I decided to come back in with the prize ribbon and just go with a little bit more of a lighter hand. So I put some ink on the ink blending brush. I wiped a little bit off on my mat underneath, and then I just with a lighter hand just went over the entire center. And I'm really liking the way that that looks. I think it's super pretty. You can see that beautiful blue in the background and all of those silvery stars. I am going to go around the edges one more time with a little bit of a darker hand with that ink, just to make the edges a little bit darker than the center. Now, when you apply the Distress Oxide ink, it does put a layer of ink all over the entire background, including the foiled stars. So now I'm just going to go in with a paper towel and just wipe off or buff off all of the ink that's on top of that cheer foil. And once you do that, it will pick up that ink and it will make those stars nice and shiny. So you can see how pretty and sparkly that is. Just love how this looks. All right, so I went ahead and stamped out the May mug. This is the cutest little mug. I really love this stamp set. And I'm going to color it up like an American flag using all of the same colors with the blue, red, and the white. But for the white, I will be using a very light gray. So here I'm using my Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens to color this stamp. These pens are watercolor pens, so they are water-based ink. So I'm just coloring along the edges of the square box as well as the edges of all of those stars with my light blue, no, I'm sorry, it's the true blue ink, and then I'm coming in with my blender brush and just blending that out. And I'm trying to be super careful not to get any of that blue ink inside of the stars. And that's one thing I love about the Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens is that the tip of the brush is so thin and narrow that it's so easy to get into smaller spaces with this tip. I did get a little bit of ink outside of the lines and I just used my blender to remove some of the ink. So if you ever get ink outside of the lines when you're watercoloring, you can either use your water brush or a blender to remove some of the ink that spread to the areas where you didn't want the ink. So next I'm going to color some of the stripes, and I'm using my red Zig Clean Color Real Brush marker, and I'm sorry that this is a little bit cut off. I had it zoomed in a little bit too much and didn't realize it as I was coloring. So I'm really sorry about that, but pretty much those stripes on the mug, I just added some of the red ink along the outside edges on the top and bottom of each one of those stripes, and then used my blender to blend everything towards the center so that I have a lighter center and a darker outside. For the top of this mug where the coffee is, I'm using the mid brown and just putting a little bit on the edges and using the blender to blend that towards the center. Now remember, if you don't like coffee like me, I don't drink coffee, you can always use this as a teacup, or you can use it as a hot chocolate mug. It's really up to you, whatever you want to put in that mug, it doesn't matter. So for the white stripes, I'm adding a little bit of gray to the edges. The color that I'm using here is the cool gray. I'm putting a little bit on the edges and then blending it towards the center, but I realized it was a little bit too light. And I am going to come in here with a little bit of a darker gray. I'll be using the light gray marker. And after I use the light gray marker on the edges, I will go over that with the lighter gray, which is the cool gray color. And by doing that, it just adds a little bit of shadow to the edges so that the mug doesn't look so flat. Next, I'm going to color one of the fireworks. I'm going to use the same color markers, using that true blue with the blender to color the bottom of the firework, and I will be coloring the top of it with the red marker, and I'm also going to color up the stars. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the edge there at the triangle part and then use the blender. So for the stars, I'm actually coming in with a lighter red. This is the light carmine. I put some on the points of the stars and then use the blender to blend towards the center. And then for the blue, I'm going to be coming in with the light blue. So I'm still keeping it within the color scheme. I'm just using a lighter variation of the reds and the blues, just so that I have a little bit of a distinction between the colors. Now I'm coming in with my Scrapbookcom glitter pen, and I'm just adding some glitter to the stars as well as to the top of the firework. So I'm going to bring this up close. You can see all that sparkle. Looks so pretty. And then I'm going to go ahead and die cut these with the coordinating dies. The die set also has a few more stars, which I die cut out of the same Bristol smooth cardstock, and I'm just using my Zig pens to color up those die cut stars. Just wanted to have a few more stars in my little scene. So now I'm ready to add all of these stamped images to my card. This is such a super cute card. I'm going to go ahead and just position everything where I want it. I'll glue them down. I'm going to have the sentiment laying there at the very bottom. It says, "You put a spark in my life." And then the other little tiny sentiment that says, "Or was that my coffee?" I'm going to add that to the center. I think that's super cute. So you'll see that on the inside once I'm finished gluing all of these items down. This card is going to be part of a Pink and Main Instagram hop, and it's going to take place on Friday, May 17th at noon Eastern Time, and it will run through May 21st. So if you are interested in participating in that Instagram hop, be sure to hop over to my Instagram page at Lisa Mears Designs, find the post with this card, and follow along. The winner of the Instagram hop will receive a gift certificate to the Pink and Main store. So I added that panel to an A2 size card base, and there's my card. I'm going to open this up and you can see I added that little sentiment inside, and I also stamped some of the solid stars in some red ink. I love how this turned out. I will have up close pictures of this card on my blog at lisamearsdesigns.com. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like videos like this and want to see more, make sure you click that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so that you'll be notified every time I release a new video. Thanks for watching and have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.